Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros. I hope you're feeling great on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. And today, I felt to share with you something very important that we just at times tend to lose sight of. And that is the time that you spend with your family. And we are living in a time where we're just so busy. For those of you like myself who work a 9 to 5, right? Throughout the week, we spend more time outside of our home than we do when we're at home. You know, a lot of times, the way I feel is like I'm home and I have, a small window to unwind, breathe, and then you don't want to stay up late because you need that strength, you need the energy, to have the mental focus in order for you to perform on a daily basis. And it's important, to be disciplined and to be a person that performs well at whatever you do to make a living. But sometimes we just lose sight of the time that we need to spend with our loved ones. And it's so important, for those of you who are married, have children, it's so important. And it can happen so quick. Next thing you know, it's like weeks go by, months go by, years go by, and when you look back, you're like, man, I barely spend time with my loved ones. I barely spend time with my spouse. And we have to figure it out, how to make time for our family. We have to do it. It's a fight, to create the balance. I understand that. It is a fight. We have to fight, to have some balance in our lives, because ultimately, as adults, we have to put in the hours. And if it's a business, you have to run your business, the right way so that you can be successful. And that way you're not behind. You can pay off all of your bills and have everything, up to date. But in the midst of all of that, we just have to find the time, because the thing about it is you can't get it back. You just can't get that time back. I look at my precious child, my daughter, and I remember like it was yesterday when I was holding her with one arm, newborn baby. And it goes by so quick. It goes by so quick. Time goes by so quick. I don't know if it's because, as you start to get older, you start to see it go faster, but it definitely feels that way. I don't know about you, but for me, it has felt that way. Time is just going by quicker and quicker. And more than ever, I have placed value on the time that I spend with my family. It is so important. No matter how busy I am, I always have to make time for them. I have to make time, because you can't get it back. And we don't know how long we're gonna have each other around, meaning how long we're gonna be alive. You know, it's a crazy thing to say, but it's just the truth. So the time that we have, we want to make it special, and we want to take advantage. You know, you want to smell the roses. You know, if you have the opportunity to go on vacation with your family, and I know everything costs. I know that our economy has changed. I see all of it as you do, but we just have to make the effort and make it happen. And of course, be wise, you know. If you don't have, you know, the funds, you know, to go on a big vacation, there are other options. There are other ways, you know, to be creative and still make it into some sort of vacation, right? But that time is special, and you should be able to enjoy it with your family. So that's why today I tell you, every opportunity that you get to spend with your loved one, please do so. Because you cannot get that time back. If you have children, make time for them. No matter how busy you are, no matter how stressed out you are, make time for them, because they will grow up quick. It happens so fast. My baby girl will always be my baby girl, but at this point, she's a young adult. But in my eyes, of course, and in my heart, she's always gonna be my baby girl. But she's grown up, and I have had to accept that she's in a different phase in her life. She's in a different stage, and it's beautiful to see her blossom and mature. But I look back and I am very thankful that as a father, I was able to be there. I'm very thankful for that. And those memories, you cherish them. Our children will take those memories with them. So that's why it's important. It's a beautiful thing. So that's why I tell you today, if you have not been doing it, make an effort and start making time. And I understand, I know that having a career, having a business, it is insanely busy. But we cannot let ourselves get overwhelmed, or, you know, just to the point that we lose sight of the important things. And for those of us, as myself, that are married, make time for your spouse. Ladies, make time for your husbands. Husbands, make time for your wives. Do it. Don't lose sight. Don't lose sight. And I'll talk with a little bit more, I'll go deeper on marriage, because I also wanted to share my experiences, and I'll do another video for that. But make time for your marriage. It is very important that you give your marriage also that quality time. Your children, you know, don't lose sight. Stay together. Stay united. It's very, very important. And sometimes, you know, we get caught up in, you know, in this hustle culture. And sometimes we just have to check our motives. Because if you're doing fairly well, but, you know, you're hungry and you want to, you know, produce more, you just got to check yourself, you know. Is it really necessary? Is it really necessary? And like I said, this is not a call for you to settle. I'm all about, you know, going forward, you know, shooting as high as possible. I'm all for that. I really am for that kind of mindset. You should. But remember, do not lose sight of the people that love you. Because we don't know how long we're going to be around. We don't know how long we're going to have them with us. Even our parents. You know, if your parents are still alive, call them. I make sure that I make time and get in touch with my parents. You know, I try to do it daily. Why? Because I don't know how long I'm going to have them around, and it's beautiful to have a good relationship, a solid relationship with them. And it's a blessing because also there's wisdom that comes from them that they can pass down to us and will help us to live a good life. So I encourage you today, no matter how busy you find yourself, whether you're a business person, if you have a career, whatever it is that you do, on this day, take time, and if you haven't done it, start doing it. Start making time for your family. They are important. They do love you. And believe it or not, they need you. We all need each other. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Make that time. No matter how busy you are, remember, make that time. And as always, take good care of yourselves. Take care of your mental health. Make sure that you're getting proper rest. Please watch out with what you put in your body. With this fitness journey, those of you that are on it, do not take shortcuts. Don't inject anything. Don't take anything that you know you shouldn't be taking. Do it the old-fashioned way. Do it the old-fashioned way, you know? You break in that sweat and you earn it. And give yourself time. And I hope that you have a very, very beautiful and blessed evening. And I will be seeing you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.